Let go of the past and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and the Universal Light, Wisdom, and Healing Centers. Thank you so much. And we're so excited. We're going to be getting our website amended very, very soon. We're doing little bits and pieces here and there. The new name of our website will be Universal Light, Wisdom, and Healing Centers. And it's quite a longer name, but our vision and our mission is always Universal Unity. So that will never change. And that energy and that frequency will always remain with us as the divine Mother, Father frequencies of all of us, communing and gathering as we do every week. But we're really excited to have our website change and take new form. And so we wanted to put that in there, and you might see some changes on our website over the next couple of months. We don't have any timelines. We've let go of timelines on that. So we're not sure when it will all unfold, but bits and pieces, you will see an entirely new website to flow with our entirely new energy, which is what many people are feeling and sensing. And what I'm sensing in the collective, as a collective frequency for the ascension energies and the ascension updates, is that, and this will flow right into our unique topic today, which will be transitioning in energies of a song. We all have our understanding of what songs mean to us, and the tones and the vibrations and the harmonies and the lyrics of what creates and what culminates into a song. And what I see happening and what I sense happening for so many people is that they're transitioning into a new orchestration of harmony, a new orchestration of collective, of harmony, a new collective song, if you will. We will see as we are creating that transition into a new orchestra, into a new harmonic vibration, that there's still some resonance and some vibrations lingering on of choices and definitions and belief systems as a collective that we're still working through and letting go of, and we're ready to really let go of and create something new, as you'll see many of the tensions and many of the anxieties of those that are still kind of hanging on for dear life of old belief systems, and that's okay. However, you can allow yourself to create beautiful beautiful harmonic resonance into the frequency and the harmonic that you choose and that you desire, that feels good for you, that feels exciting for you, that feels blissful and joyful for you. And many of those that are parents, we're sensing, because kids are now off school, we're now sensing the shifts in frequencies and the shifts in relationships and the shifts in harmony with our kids now being home full time, or those that are with your children more often than not now because they're out for the summer. But also, too, that they're shifting through their ascension and they're finding their threads and creating their threads in their new harmonic songs, which are not the same as your harmonic songs. Your harmonies and your songs and your frequency threads can sow themselves within one another, but just know that all paths are unique. All paths are created unto themselves for their own soul path, their own soul song, and it's meant to be that way. For that's how the soul really goes through its healing that it's meant to go through the transitions, through the releases, through the Akashic healings that it's truly meant to be. And it's meant to be that sovereign. It's meant to be that independent. However, as a mother, I've been allowing my shifts to occur and seeing the transitions that our family song, our family harmony has been moving through. And allowing my children to be independent as they're moving through and entering into their puberty and into their young adulthood. And then I also have my youngest, which is 6, also moving into his unique harmonic song, which is of a new frequency and a new vibration. And so we're all allowing our threads to be sewn in uniquely different ways and sovereign ways, and allowing it to be that way is what many of us find challenging, because we're used to controlling and managing, and what we've been defined to ourselves is what we're responsible for. And so what our topics are today, after we get through our reminders, Our primary topic today has everything to do with harmony, and it's our destined path. And that's our pathway to our own destiny, and that's what our topic is today. And our destiny is harmonic. Our destiny is harmony. And we're going to go into what both of these things mean and how we can allow ourselves to really soak within the new destinies that are presenting themselves to us, these new opportunities at perhaps a more collective and galactic level that are presenting themselves to us, and how we can allow ourselves to truly surrender and flow with it, which is the total surrender of all that you are as your divine higher state of being into these new paths and opportunities that you are manifesting and co-creating for yourself. And they present themselves in a myriad of ways, as they always have and always will. However, now it appears to be a truly elegant song in those that are of a heightened vibration, really moving within their unique gifts and their unique path of exploration and expression. And so we're going to give you some beautiful musings from my own personal path and my own personal life as it's unfolding, as I always try to sow within, because so many of you are parents of crystalline children, so many of you are crystalline children, and so many of you are moving through profound personal and social changes, and sometimes it can appear overwhelming, but just know that that's illusory. Just know that you can breathe and create a centered stillness in oneness with the divine Gaia, her very beautiful heartbeat that assimilates us to a natural harmonic state. For remember, Gaia is harmonious in all ways, and we can align with her in any moment that we feel the chaos and things changing so quickly around us. That breath truly is, it's the harmonic thread of all dance, of all song, because breath is our harmonic state of resonance. It allows us to ground, it allows us to center, it allows us to be still, and allows us to remember presence of spirit in all things. And so breath is so very important to harmony and balance and wellness. And Tina does have some beautiful links up there, because our reminders today is an article that we've recently put out. It's the Higher Dimensional Health and Wellness, and also it's one of our first initiations of our higher dimensional and our multidimensional parenting and crystalline children's audios and offerings that we're going to be doing. It's one of my passions to not only work through what I'm working through in the many transitions that I've been moving through energetically and physically and multidimensionally, is to create the offerings in a learning type of offering, so that others who so desire are also going through similar parenting changes and transitions, which we all are, because our world is transforming so very quickly. And the children that are here are those to catalyze those changes. So they're showing us in every way the changes that need to be brought forward in every sector of our socioeconomic system. And the children inspire us through our very family life. They just do. They inspire us to look at who we are as one unified being. They inspire us to look at the things that we're holding on to, that we're very rigid in and managerial within and structurally imbalanced within. That my children teach me that all the time. And my allowance to be all that I am as a free-flowing divine creator. And I'm really aware and consciously moving through moment for moment for moment with them, so that I can reflect those lessons back to myself and truly change how I parent. Because that article that I wrote this week, and Tina has the blog up there, it's the Higher Dimensional Health and Wellness. You'll see it on our universalunity.ca blog articles. And it's truly about allowing all that we are to harmonize back within ourselves our own inner balance. For when we are the parents, if we're balanced and walking around in that homeostasis, then so too are our children, be reflected that mirror image of us. Not that they will be singing that same song, but that they will see the resonance of harmony and peace within you. So that vibration is that song that you're emulating to the all, that you're adding to that grander soul song of our human collective, of our planetary collective, of our galactic collective song. For remember that there is a unified, true creator, a love song, if you will. It's a love harmonic, and it's resonant through the entire multiverse, the omniverse, at all times. It is the true gift of love that is birthed right from the Holy Father, Mother, Father, the central creators of our universe. And it's a resonant song at all times. The song moves in a beautiful harmonic frequency that we are all, as we awaken, we truly desire to hear more of that song, to be more of that song, to create the emulations with that song and that similitude with that song, so that our unique thread moves within that thread and that threaded song. So that the whole of all that we are, the reunification, the self-actualization, the light body, the Christed essence, however we want to define it, as we allow ourselves to become greater light in our own unique divine song, we flow with the greater harmonic song of all that is, of the divine one, of the unified field. And how we see ourselves in all people. We see ourselves in all experiences. We see ourselves in all unfoldings, because we are. And I've seen this mirrored to me in so many reflections this week. And it's as if I've stepped up on a new platform, and it's like everything that I'm looking at is a mirror in direct relation to this next phase that I'm stepping onto. And that's how our destinies present themselves. In mirror reflections of all things. However, it's you as the master that gets to choose how it looks to you, how it feels to you, how you're going to choose to create next with that reverberation that's being threaded to you and from you. For remember, you're an oscillating field of cosmic communication, always reverberating in some way, always receiving in some way. And your sensory systems, if you will, are so refined that your destined opportunities will come to you in a much more subtle and beautiful and elegant way. However, there may be some that might get a little bit jolted with the opportunities because we haven't necessarily heard the opportunities previous. And now they're getting much more subtle and much more profound for us to hear and truly start stepping on our path, because that's what we've written, that's what we've chosen. And that's where the surrender, the trust, and the allowance come into play. That if you just trust in the harmonic flow of all of creation, the divine loving creation, then all that will get sorted out into their unique harmonic frequency threads. Their unique harmonic frequency experiences and reality experiences, so that their colorful song that they create for each other and one another and for themselves are uniquely independent for itself, but also shown within the all. But oftentimes we're shown what needs to be shifted and changed because it's our need to fix. It's our need to be responsible, or thinking that we have to be responsible for fixing this and fixing that and having this be this way and having that be that way. And that's all the ego personality that's now being let go and shifted into a flowing state of harmonic resonance. The grander being of all that you are, being healed moment for moment for moment for moment in the myriad of fragments that you exist within in all people, in all frequencies, in all conversations, in all realms, in all dimensions. And that's why we have always said, regardless of where anyone thinks anyone is on their path of ascension and awakening, we are all evolving. We are all particles of that same one song, harmonic resonance, evolving in our own unique pace, in our own unique harmonic frequency and thread. And it's all divinely perfect. And you will feel this sense of inner harmony when you're connecting and linking in with and answering your own inner song, your own soul song, your own destined path, what you've written for yourself, that song that you wrote for yourself. And it changes and it alters as you do, because your pace changes. You create a new excitement for yourself, or you decide to dance and you choose to desire and dance with others in a different way. And so your soul song changes and it shifts and it sounds different and you're tuning in a new way, and it's supposed to. And that's that flow, that it doesn't have to sound like anyone else's song. It's not supposed to. You are a unique thread within the orchestra of the all. And you are meant to be that unique thread, playing your unique song. And when you attune to it, and when you click in with it, you know it and you feel it, and you want to answer that call every time. For it's your unique song, your unique harmonic that moves within unison, similitude, and sync with those groups and councils that you are connected and entangled with, galactically, planetarily, human collectively. And while you'll find new soul celebrations and new soul tribes coming forward and collaborating in new ways, For your song is changing and shifting, dear ones. And although you may hear the jolting and the resonance of things that are not necessarily wanting to change or desiring to change, but you still resonate in a peaceful harmonic of love and compassion and understanding, that all frequencies will find their song. All threads will find their song. And so in these beautiful reminders, we've got that article of health and wellness, and it is all about balance and harmony within thyself, understanding about all that you are and all that you exist within and what exists within you and how we can maintain moment for moment for moment for moment balance. And this is so very key for those that are for everyone, but for essentially those that are parents moving through profound shifts with their families, which will be felt this summer, because we've moved through so many grand shifts this year already. But this summer is a really poignant time for celestial, galactic, intergalactic, deep space, universal frequencies and alignments for us. And so the July 26th galactic birth date, if you will, which is a date that I've always remembered, and also the Lion's Gate, the 0808, and then we also have the July full moon and the eclipses. So there's much happening this summer. There's much unfolding this summer for us to align to each and every one of our own higher truths. And it's not for us to kind of judge and modify and manage any other truth but our own. And as a parent, that's hard to step back from because that's what we've been ingrained with. That it's our responsibility to allow our children to have the best possible education and guide them in this way so that they have a great job and they manage their own careers and they manage their life and their house and all of these things that we thought we had to do. And we're doing an about-face change into who we are as a collective and why all of our socioeconomic systems will be showing us and mirroring to us what we choose to believe about who we are and what we truly desire or what we choose to exist within. For many of it doesn't fit anymore. We're so far beyond the systems. We're so far beyond the offerings. Because there's so many more people now coming forward and saying, well, why don't we do it this way? Why don't we do it this way? Why don't we try this? Why don't we try that? And some of these ideas are in sync with the collective frequencies, with the collective energies, and they serve the greater good. They're no longer serving the minority or the few. And so many things are changing and showing themselves to us to refine our belief systems, to refine the harmonic song that we choose to resonate within. And so allow yourselves to let go of the anxiety and the chaos through which change stirs up and shakes about. For change is the catalyst to all things of a higher path, the higher truth of our collective, the higher truth of our human family, the higher truth of our community and our families. To have allowance and sovereignty and creativity and love and joy be guided from the heart as it always was designed to. And how we will be guided from the heart in all ways. And that's a one unified society where we are guided by the heart in all of our socioeconomic systems. For the heart is the one. It is the portal, it is the key, it is the amplifier, magnifier of all things God. And how each and every one of us will create that new song of what God means to each and every one of us, and it will be different and unique, and it's supposed to be. We allow these offerings as beautiful musings from a perspective that may allow you to see something new, to feel something new, to create something new, and a new song begins. For your heart and the particles within you are inspired by the quantum movement that is communication of a higher dimensional form, beyond what can be heard in most times. However, the heart knows all, dear ones. Regardless of sound, the heart knows. And you will feel when something feels right. And you will feel when something feels loving. And you will feel when you are on the right path, for you're never really off of it. You just move and shift and realign and allow all things to be purposeful and with profound lessons of who you are to a higher truth. to a more vast and wider truth and let go of restriction and confinement. And much of what we put forward will allow all those who so desire to swim with this expansive energy frequency and this expansive song of self, can allow you to explore yourself in much higher dynamic ways of oneness and unity, unification within the all. For that is the new soul song that the collective is singing. How may we unify within our human family? In all ways. Beginning within the home. Beginning within your brethren at home. Beginning within the brethren of your family that have caused, perhaps, one another to feel so many frictions throughout the years and the eons that we have come forward playing similar roles to one another. So that we may akashically heal the all that we are, seeing it from a grander perspective, that these family beings, these family contracts come with you from other star systems. And why you heal the all, and why the ripple is felt, and why love is our core thread, our core song. Always has been, always will be. If you so desire to hear it, and to be it, and to sing it. So have a click on our Ascension article, the Higher Dimensional Health and Wellness, and we will do our best to create those in synchronicity with the informations and the wisdoms flowing through myself, and put them forward in also audio format and have them presented on YouTube on our channel, universalunity.com. .ca, and there's also a YouTube link for Universal Unity, as well as the wonderful videos that Jamie from Awakening Our Truth has always put out for so many light workers and so many healers and so many authors. And we're very grateful for people like Jamie and Todd, who works the Galaxy, the Modern Galaxy YouTube channel, for spending so much of their beautiful, passionate time to create for others, to create the portal and the avenue for others, for their light to be shared. So that all of those seeking wisdoms and pathways and portals to their own inner wisdom, because that's what we are, we're just mirrors to your own inner wisdom. You're allowing yourselves this opportunity to dance with us in different ways, whether it be audio or visual, whether it be the weekly radio shows that KCOR puts out for so many other wonderful people that create their light and shine it forward and sing their own unique song. So we're grateful for everyone that creates this similitude and this dance within the family and the soul tribe as we create a higher harmonic frequency for the crystalline frequencies and the grids that we all dance upon, that we all co-create within. And this is a unified song that we sing and ripples out to the all. And why we're seeing so many different paradoxes, if you will, because it's a transition. It's a transition into a new symphony. It's a transition into a new they're showing me, what are those? A stadium, if you will. We're moving into a new stadium of play, a new orchestra, a new dome, if you will. And this dome is like nothing we've ever seen before. We're transitioning. And those transitions will feel a bit bumpy at times. However, it doesn't have to be. If you're centered and peaceful within your breath, if you're centered and peaceful within thyself, within the heartbeat and belly of Gaia, you can be the eye of the storm, and all things spiral and swirl around you, and when the dust settles, you sense and you create that harmony and peace for exactly where you are and who you are. And that's what this divine inner balance and this path of your own destiny that you're walking, because moment for moment for moment, you are showing yourself how masterful you are to create light, to create song, to create dance, to create a beautiful garden of light. For all light, all love is a tone. It's a resonance. It's a frequency of sound. Our entire multiverse exists within reverberations of sound, universal sound, quantum sound beyond what we can hear. And yet, the heart knows that song. And that's why we feel that inner pull, and it comes right from the divine sacred heart center. That beautiful high heart that we have within all that we are, that connects us with all that is. And why oftentimes we're just feeling pulled in threads of beautiful soul strings and soul songs. We don't yet know where it's going to lead us, but we just must go. That was very exemplified on my trip to Peru. I was just pulled, and I just had to be somewhere. I didn't know what that rock was going to tell me, but I just had to be with that rock, with that beautiful rock consciousness. I had to sit upon the earth of Gaia and feel her grass and feel the soil, feel the heartbeat beneath the skin and the bones, so that I could connect and entangle with that quantum song. And those that are earth speakers and those that are beautiful elemental speakers know what this sensation feels like. You're walking through a park or down a beautiful forested path, and you're just getting the sensing and the urging just to sit and commune and be still and be silent. For there is a song that is beyond what we can hear. And this is the new harmonic we are being presented. And the sooner that one goes within, and the sooner that one creates that similitude and peace with Gaia, that similitude and peace with Mother, Father, God at your divine sacred heart, you will feel these threadings into that harmonic song of your destined path, of your destiny. It will feel so good. It will feel as if you're always meant to be there. And it's a beautiful, masterful unfolding. It's you finding yourself, always within, always now, always here, always through love. And so thank you to all of those that share our works. There's so many people to thank, and there's so many people that go under the radar, if you will. The various people on all of our social platforms that share, all of the people that create inspirations that share on all of our social sites, and just do and follow their own passions of light. And we're just very grateful to have you within this beautiful song that we're co-creating. So our deepest appreciation and gratitude to all of those that are with us in this dance. And that I will be off to Hawaii in July, from the 15th to the 26th, I think. I will be doing the 22nd show, and I'll be doing that from the hotel room in Hawaii. So that will be exciting. And then I'm going to be in Japan on August 14th to the 29th, or the 30th, roughly. But what we're going to be creating before I go to Japan, and it will be the last global teleclass for the summer. It will be the Lionsgate on the 8th of August. And so the Lionsgate has been, from what I've experienced personally, the Lionsgate has always been very intense energy. And so we can expect a beautiful offering from the divine. And so we're going to absolutely plan something and do an event that day, and it will be a 90-minute event. And we're also going to incorporate some of the shamanic and the sacred temple energies that we're going to co-create today, which is our final reminder. Today we have our first sacred priestess and inner shaman class today. And so it's right after our radio show. So please feel free to go on to our Sacred Temple Teachings icon on our website, universalunity.ca, and there will be a link. I think it's the first or second link if you want to connect with that class today. And it will be a quick 1-hour class. And we're going to bring some beautiful energies that will just come through inspiration, through the etheric chamber, through myself as the conduit, as well as my own inner shaman is coming out to play as well. So I'm very, very grateful, and thank you for everyone that is lovingly in support and in dance with me on this journey. So I appreciate your energies and your souls on this trip and this beautiful ride. So thank you. Today is a very special day. Today is Canada Day, and we are celebrating 150 years as being a sovereign named Canada, and we're very happy and very celebratory to be in our beautiful energy and oneness as our premier. As far as I don't really delve a lot into politics, but when I get sent something that's very synchronistic, he is of the heart of oneness. He is of the heart of open unity in all ways with all peoples. So we're very grateful that we have that energy supporting us, and we have that energy as a divine thread of who we are as a Canadian people. And so many of the natives of the Canadian peoples are now coming forward beautifully and being taught in the schools. The histories are being taught beautifully by the native peoples themselves. So we're very happy that that is being introduced in new ways, in new exciting ways, that we are now celebrating in a much new, different way, the celebration of all that we are as a peoples. We are as a unified peoples. And so Canada Day is today for us, and it's right on the heels of the celebrations from the U.S. as well. And so there's no accident why we celebrate these things, in our harmonic neighborhood, if you will, because our planet and our collective is changing so dramatically. And the more that we openly celebrate all that we are as one, the more that we create those threads of that same song. And so it's a beautiful thing to put forward. And so that's it for the reminders today, and they've been quite lengthy, but we've sewn in there some beautiful ascension material. And so today's topic, as we talked about, is going to be how we are seeing our collective, our socioeconomic systems, and all that we are being restructured and being rebuilt, if you will. And we've talked in many shows previous about this beautiful garden that we are sowing. And this beautiful garden that we are sowing is directly related to all of the energies that each and every one of us are intending as we move forward. And how intent is so very key to all things that are unfolding. Intent is so very key in thought, word, and deed, and how you'll see it manifested in your reality so quickly if we're not refining and creating that balance and that harmony and that stillness and peace of oneness in all that we say and all that we do and all that we act upon. Because it is being reverberated back very quickly. And why we are being summoned and urged, if you will, from the divine higher self of all that we are, saying, here's your destined path, and we're going to gift it to you in various opportunities. We're going to gift it to you in symbolisms and in cues. And your destined path is one that you've always been excited about. And you're going to bring forward all of your skills from all the realms that you're coexisting on concurrently right now. And they're going to flow forward to you in divinely timed activations through your excitements and through your own catalyzing of the information and wisdoms that you hold within. And how these synchronicities and these cues to our destined path are manifesting in our everyday life, moment for moment for moment for moment. They're no longer just those one-off epiphanies of direction. Our beautiful destined path are those things that are brought into our moment for moment harmonic life, when we are consciously aware that even the words reverberated back to us show us something about our destined path. All of those that we are entangled with are a part of our destined path in some way. Whether it may be one that you call or define as a teacher, maybe it one be that is your child, or you are the child of, or the brother or sister of, or the partner or the lover of, or the teacher of. Doesn't matter how we define it. There are particles, and they are notes, and they are tones, and they are intonations within the grander harmonic song of your destiny. And you can think of your destiny in the way of a song. It is your unique soul song. It is your unique gifting and offering of all that you are as a divine being of Christed light to creation. To say, this is my unique gift. And it may be it may be a little bit rough and bumpy at times. And I might not say the words right all the time, or I might not sing all the notes right all the time. But it is my heartfelt offering, and I give it with all my heart. And I may be off at times, and I may be right on at times. But that's the joy in the journey. And that's how it unfolds for each and every one of us. And I've noticed that in my own personal life, in even the words that my children say, and even the experiences that we co-create together in our daily weaving of family, and the daily weaving of those at the stores that you go to, or the co-creations with Gaia. They're beautiful synchronistic giftings and symbols that are showing you the alignment of your path. They're beautiful, they're unscripted, they're unplanned, they're unmanaged. And it very rarely has anything to do with what we thought we were. For it's completely a unique path. It's a unique tone. It's a unique musical gift. And that underlying current, that resonance, that harmony and lyric that you are threaded with will continue to come forward in your opportunities, in your synchronicities, in your own creations, so that you may see how threaded you are with all beings. Every single being, every show that you may watch, every aspect of your choice will be shown to you, so that you may refine it further, fine-tune it, just like a beautiful instrument. In every moment that you may play it, as divine and elegant, as perfect as that song and that instrument may be, there's a constant tuning, constant refining. You are the instrument. You are divine love coming to life and singing that song. And it's constant refinement. And that is the destined path. It's not an end state. It's not a final destination. It's not a final note. That moment for moment for moment for moment refinement is your unveiling of layers, unveiling of karmic personalities, unlayering yourself, in which you see that you are that God light, that you are that perfected Christed self, offering your own unique creativity to the all. And when you know and sense that it is you that is that God, that quantum particle God, you sing your song in a different way. And there's nothing that can keep that from you. That's the God in you saying there's so much more. Keep going. Keep going. You're on the right path. Don't stop. We're going to give you another opportunity. Can you see it? We're going to give you a new gifting. Can you hear it? We're going to allow you to meet someone new as your heart open. We're going to allow your reality to show you something profound. Are you aware of it? Can you sense it? Can you sense the words that are replaying over and over and over? And for me this week it was harmony. I had seen the word harmony. I can't even count the number of times I saw the word harmony. That I had manifested for myself at the highest level to mirror back to me a beautiful song. Where am I and who am I in this state of harmony? And what is my unique harmonic song? And how is everything that I'm creating and manifesting showing me how I may create greater harmony? And this is the moment for moment path work that we all do as divine creators, and it never stops, it never ends. In every realm, this is the quantum dance. It's a quantum song, forever in refinement, to greater crystalline songs, to greater crystalline orchestras and light centers of beautiful harmonic sound. This is how we rebirth ourselves as individuals, how we rebirth ourselves as a collective family in oneness, how we rebirth ourselves as a universal essence of light, and how the myriad of beings with us in this moment of now celebrate us in this knowing. When you are aware of those moments that you show yourself, wow, how could I show myself a greater song of love, of compassion and acceptance, an allowance for all paths to be my own, for all paths to be equal unto themselves, for they are an aspect of me, and I am them. And the allowance you give yourself, the compassion you give yourself, when the notes are played out of tune. What a beautiful dance, what a beautiful game, we coexist within, so that we may truly see and create awareness in every moment that ripples through creation. And that is the moment that healing is transcended and illuminated into something new. It's no longer dark and scary. It's no longer something we hide in the closet. It's no longer something we suppress or oppress. We create new profound words of higher vibration resonance. We create new sounds. We create new divine gatherings and soul groups, for we're no longer afraid. For all those aspects of us that we thought were less than are the same light aspect seeking our acknowledgement, seeking our oneness, seeking the desire and the same intent to sing with us. And when all fragments are brought into that song, it's made whole, is it not? When all instruments are tuned, and what a song that is. So do you see, dear lighted ones, your destined path is moment for moment, and all is inclusive of that destiny, and how it flows and how it harmonizes with all things, all beings, all ways, all frequencies. And as you see that oneness, as you see that completeness, as you see that sense of love in all things unfolding, it refines that thread, that harmonic, to a higher crystalline encoding, a higher crystalline song, a higher resonance. We're not separating and judging anymore, managing and micromanaging, creating even more complex systems of structure or detail. And let go and flow. And that's what harmony is. It's fluid, it's flowing, it's easy, it's peaceful, it's natural, it's organic, it's loving, it's allowing, it's accepting, it's receiving. It's the full cycle in motion, as to our songs, as to is music. Continual cycles and movement of stories, quantum stories playing out within one another, for one another, to one another. Is that not what a song is? One note playing after another, singing to one another, reverberating off of one another, and so too are the instruments, are they not? And we can create alignments in all things within our entire co-creation, whether it be water molecules within an ocean, and the beings and the beautiful life forms that play within it, or the elementals and creator gods that create it. Our consciousness that allows it to flow in certain ways, and the heartbeat of Gaia. Are we all not quantum communication playing within a grander song? And why you can see your destined path playing within others. And how in your grand awareness you can refine and attune it to something that feels so peaceful and harmonious, as opposed to stressful or filled with anxiety or chaos. Your destined path is not outside of you, it is you. Your destined path is not something you just hop onto, it is you, active within you right now, showing itself to you in the words, in the numbers, in the beautiful Gaia symbologies. It's in your excitements, it's in your passions. It's in that heartfelt desire where you just feel and just get excited and no longer judging thyself when you are vulnerable, and allow your heart to be seen and felt and known and heard to all beings. It's the Christ itself coming out to play. For the layers and the layers and the layers are now coming off, and we're transitioning into something new, a beautiful song of light. And how we've allowed ourselves to redefine all that we exist within our daily life, and how we redefine what we've called our daily life, our mundane life, our everyday tasks that we do, going to work, and all the things that we've separated as outside of all that we are. as if it was something different than our destined path, but it's not. For all things in your daily unfolding, make no mistake about it, is showing you your higher frequency song. Whether it be in the words that you say being reverberated back to you, whether it be in the experiences being reverberated back to you, whether it be the things that you notice or that you see or that are playing on whatever social gamut that you allow yourself to swim within, they are allowing you to see whether it is something that doesn't feel right or something that feels really right. It's showing you. Align here, fine-tune here, reverberate here, sing here, dance here, create tone here. It's all showing you. It's the infinite manifestations of the unified song. And it will always reverberate love and unity and compassion and wholeness and excitement. That is the unified song of oneness. For we are all realizing that we are all, at the core of all that we are, God particles reuniting with God particles. Particle through particle, note by note, rhythm through rhythm. And the crystalline field moves and changes and expands, and fluidly, harmoniously moves into greater blankets and weavings and threadings and orchestrations. And why there are no accidents in the words that we use, dear ones, and the reverberations and the sacred intonations that we use. For they are reflections of what your heart is ready to hear and have move through you in all ways. And before the words are uttered, does it align with your highest song? And before the actions move through you, does it align with your highest song? And before you place your foot upon the precious earth, does it align with your communal song? And how may you thread a beautiful note of love in all that you do? For your destiny comes to you in this way, dear ones. When you move about in this way of awareness, consciousness, awakened and ready for the unexpected, for the divine. And that's Mother, Father, God gifting you in all ways, the unexpected. Right now, right now, right now, right now, right now. Showing you your alignment. And I will share with you a beautiful alignment that I had yesterday as I was coming back from grocery shopping with my children that I had previously, in previous months and years, defined as a mundane task. Clearly not. As I was coming out of the parking lot of the grocery store, and we had finished our morning errands and our morning destiny tasks, this beautiful, we had the sunroof open and the windows down, and this beautiful butterfly out of nowhere. And traffic was busy and things were moving and bustling, and this beautiful butterfly, and as if the whole entire moment of my existence just kind of stopped in space and time, and everything was just frozen. And this beautiful butterfly that appeared out of nowhere just fluttered along the very door, the very window of where I was driving. And that's never really happened before. I'd seen butterflies whip in front of me and, in and out of traffic. But as I'm in the car and as I'm moving about and going from one task to another, and I just look beside me and there's this beautiful butterfly unfolding in my very reality, and as if time and space stood still for me to notice and recognize and acknowledge this beautiful reawakening and coming to new life and this new rebirth. And as traffic is whipping and moving about, it's as if everything stopped for us to entangle, for that beautiful dance to occur. And it fluttered next to me for a few seconds, at the very least. And a few of my children saw it, and they said, wow, that was interesting. I said, I never experienced that before, for a butterfly to be right there, right on right on my elbow as it's out the window. And however close it was, however it danced, I knew right then and there that it was a God moment and we were entangling. And it's something that you just never forget. And those moments of spirit entanglement are everywhere, in every way. And that's the harmonic song that we all sing on our destined path. And are you ready to open to it? Are you ready to dance with it and create with it and sing with it and paint with it? And are you ready to allow your children to show it to you? For they are masters in their own right, coming forward to show you in every way. What belief systems require a little refinement here, Mommy and Daddy? What new, exciting, playful things can we all co-create together, Mommy and Daddy? Sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles and grandfathers and grandmothers. So allow every moment to be a part of your destined path, for it's magical and it's truly harmonious, if you so desire it to be. And just a reminder before we go to break, we're just about ready for our break, but we also have our beautiful Universal Oneness Alliance event on September 3rd. And it's a beautiful event where 3 teachers, authors, and channels like myself are coming together for an entire day event where we gather and we collaborate in the beautiful horticulture gardens of Victoria. And it's a beautiful space, a beautiful garden, and I'm sure that we will see many butterflies, that we will see many beautiful offerings from Gaia as we entangle in the higher frequencies of spirit. So please feel free. Tina also has the link up there, universaloneness.org, and you can go on to their live events section and you will see that event link. And there are also live streaming tickets available, as well as live seats available if you are in the Victoria, BC, Canada area, or the Seattle, Washington area, because there is a ferry that comes up from Seattle, Washington. And it's a beautiful, quick ferry. So feel free to dance and entangle with us on anything that's put out there by any of the beautiful authors and frequency channelers and all the divine beings that are stepping into their destined path. And dance with whatever is exciting with you at the time. And that's how you're guided and that's how you're led. So tune in after the break as we dive more within this beautiful dance that we're creating, this beautiful symphony of light and love, as we step into this beautiful celebratory weekend for all, many North Americans. So thank you so much for tuning in and joining us. And we're going to dance further and go into a few more links that I think we may have forgotten in our reminders because we started to move with our destiny. So thank you so much, and tune in after the break.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network. To explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness, please visit universalunity.ca. For more information on the host, Joanna L. Ross, please visit her KCOR Digital Radio Network show page, Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. This is KCOR Las Vegas, home of the Digital Radio Network. Broadcasting from a shack just south of Area 51. Wait, that doesn't exist. This is the KCOR Digital Radio Network. Now for the news. Let go of the past and manifest the reality you desire. It's time to expand your consciousness and create a new enlightened transformational you by raising your vibrational frequency. We will talk about ETs, light ships, the ascending human, our ascending planet, visitations, and first conscious contact upon our new fifth dimensional Earth. Welcome to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness. It's time to activate a better you by embracing the white light of Source. Now your host and universal guide, Joanna L. Ross.
Welcome back. Welcome back. This is Joanna from Universal Unity and the Universal Light Wisdom and Healing Centers. Thank you so much for tuning in and allowing us to flow and create song together and create a beautiful new harmonic resonance. And just know that many of the things that we will be seeing and experiencing over the summer within our collective family, within all of our unfoldings as a grander human world and global family, is the transitioning into new harmonic frequencies. And so just know that every harmonic frequency is unique and required and a beautiful song within itself. And each thread allows itself to be healed and moving through their unique soul path and soul song and soul destiny in their own unique way. And so that's where we can allow that oneness and that similitude of our unity consciousness to just allow and take place and to create compassion and self-love, because we all understand that we're threads within that grander story, regardless of what the initial judgments may be. But also to know that our divine destined path is that showing those reflections to us to find where we may refine true self-love and self-honor and self-sacredness, so that we let go of all judgments. We let go of all management that the ego requires for itself to be safe and to be grounded and secure, and all of those things that the ego's job is to allow us in human form and human manifestation to create. And we can allow ourselves to be guided by the divine heart path, which is how your destiny feels and is sensed through you. And so feel free to get any questions or calls into Tina if you so desire to connect and entangle with us today on this beautiful divine topic today that we have of destinies unfolding and your destined path, and how it truly is. It's really married with the idea of what we understand to be harmony and what harmonic resonance is all about. And when I started this topic this morning, I started out with the idea of the destined path, and then it truly, in moments, I was reminded about all the myriad of times that I had seen the word harmony throughout my week. And I was brought in awareness of my ability to create refined harmony in who I am as a divine spiritual being and a divine Christed being, and to create greater harmony within my house, to create greater harmony within my family, and to create the essence of harmony in my own unique song for when I'm singing my own unique song and being true to my authentic self. And then all the other harmonies that are threaded with me in that grander harmonic song play along too. And so that soul song is required to be heard in its authentic state, and why all things just seem to flow. And that's how destiny really feels. It feels as if you're flowing and as if you're always meant to be there. It feels as if you fit. It feels beautiful in its organic state. There's nothing else that has to be added to it. It just feels as if this is right. And for those that allow themselves to truly create those excitements for their destiny, it is your excitement. You feel excited when you paint. You feel excited when you speak. You feel excited when you sing. All of those are within your destined path. And it's okay that they change. It's okay that they transform. It's okay that they transition into something new and grander and vaster, because that's what's supposed to happen. Because you're also threading yourself within grander collective songs, grander planetary songs, grander galactic and universal songs. Because remember, our entire universe, the multiverse and all that we exist within, is going through its own transitional song, its own destined song. For as we move through our own unique individual evolutions, we're speaking as human to human to human to human, moving through evolution in every way, which is the path of ascension. You become awakened of something that you want to shift and change and refine a belief. You change that belief, you redefine it to something higher that's vibrating and higher oscillating. You reflect upon who you are and what you exist within and what exists within you. All of that's refinement, all of that's shifting frequency, all of that is shifting your resonance, all of that's shifting harmonics. You allow new higher beliefs to come forward for you, and they're much more fluid, they're much more movable, they're much more malleable, because you're swimming in a grander frequency. A bigger, wider frequency, a bigger, wider playing field, a new symphony, if you will. In that evolution, you're connected and threaded with all other songs in all other ways. It's just that you're more aware of it now. And when you're out of alignment, it's shown to you in every way, whether it be the words that are spoken to you, the things that are shown to you, the TV shows that you click on. It doesn't matter how it's shown to you, you're manifesting all of it as cues and symbols and synchronicities and refinements for you to take up onto and move within. to create fluidity within, to create love within, and have it move through you in a new way. So that divine omni field, that divine organic song from the divine holy creators, Mother, Father, God, so that it sings through you in a refined attunement of your own unique, creative, Christed offering. And if you listen to anything we've said today, rewind that and listen to it over and over and over and over again. Because when it clicks and when it makes sense, you will feel as if something has shifted and something has been activated. For you understand that all that is are particles of you showing itself to you so that you can refine into that destined path that truly gives you great excitement and joy. And it feels fluid. It feels harmonious because you're within that grander, harmonic, unified song. That song that is so beyond our earthly ears. It's a multidimensional song that is the Christed self. That Christed self can hear it. That Christed self can feel it. That Christed self can sense it. And that's why you feel the inner urgings and the pulls from that divine center of all that you are. For the divine center of all that you are is no different than the nucleus, is it not, dear ones? That center of all that you are is no different than the holographic central sun within our galaxy, is it, dear ones? And you can see how holographically we are. Note for note, tune for tune, particle for particle, moment for moment, task by task, loving embrace by loving embrace, showing ourselves who we are in the most grand and vast ways. Your destiny is always changing and shifting into greater understandings of love, greater understandings of how creative you truly are as a master, of how beautiful you are as an orchestrator of light. For all things that come to your awareness will be a new story for you now, for many of you, for you have been awakened into this grand orchestration of all that you are as a beautiful song. And how note for note, word for word, play by play, you are shown with unconditional love. Is this your song? Is this your song? And how may we refine? How may we come forward in grander love? And our children and our closest relationships show it to us. I mean, they just do. That's why we've contracted with them, and they've contracted with us. And we said that so many times. And it's those moment for moment refinements. That's the inner truth, constantly being reset, constantly the frequency of all that we are, as Metatron taught us ages ago. The divine archangel Metatron taught us ages ago that we are the ones that set our own frequency, moment for moment for moment for moment. We are refining our frequency within the song. We are refining our frequency within our destined path, and how our destined path continues to unfold and change because we're continually setting new frequencies. We're setting a new harmonic. And if we're not flowing with that harmonic, we'll feel it very quickly because the refined vessels of all that we are will tell us and will show us. Whether it be through just feeling clenched, your whole muscles in your body, it just feels clenched and unnerving. Whether your inner body, in your vessel of all that you are, just feels like it needs a good cleanse. Everything that you move through will show you how refined you are and how aligned you are with your destined path. And why it's always unfolding in every moment. It's always shifting and changing and loving and harmonious. And why it's a frequency of sound. For that's what love is. It's a beautiful song. And we wanted to do this beautiful visualization for those who so desire to dance with us and sing with us in this moment of now. And if you'd like to bring a soft, gentle focus to the feet of all that you are, this beautiful, divine, multidimensional vessel of all that you are, flowing within physical form, within etheric form, mental form, and higher dimensional form of thought. allowing yourself to feel in one and in peace with this beautiful harmonic song that we are with Gaia. And as you allow your breath to create the similitude of God particles within God particles of all that you exist within the multiverse, the omniverse, and how breath allows us to create beautiful harmony and peace and stillness in this moment of now, where all time and space stop, where all time and space speed up to our liking or accelerate to our liking. We create the natural harmonic that we do with Gaia in her offerings to us with breath. The Mother, Father, God offerings to us with breath. And we create our own sense of oneness, our own sense of song with breath. The inhale and the exhale, a continuous cycle, a continuous state of oneness, of unity, of harmony. Continuation of love, of inhale of love and exhale of love, and we are one. And in this beautiful visualization, allow yourself to dance within the idea that you are a beautiful particle of golden white light, and this beautiful particle of golden white light is bathed within the infinite particles of the divine creatorhood energies and the divine creatorhood notes, if you will, within the cosmic winds. And how you're moving upon this vast infinite webbing of light and tones and particles and threadings, all different colors, all different vibrations, and all different variations of source. And how the beautiful song can be heard from the farthest distances, if you will. Different realms, different frequency, different beings, different forms, all taking part in this beautiful song. And you see yourself as a beautiful particle, but still dancing within the omni field. And as this beautiful particle becomes aware of itself, the sentiency, I am a particle. I see myself floating within a myriad of other particles. What does this mean? Who am I? What do I exist within? And why am I a particle of beautiful light? And how is it that I hear so many things, but is it my voice? There seems to be a beautiful song, but is it me? Who am I? And this beautiful particle just feels so loved unconditionally to see the all, to have access to the all, to be swimming within the all, as far as the eye could see within that particle. And that particle understands that there is a center point to it, for it can be felt. See the nucleus of this particle in a quantum manner that we don't have words for. But there is a center, and this center urges and initiates movement within this particle, and this particle begins to think and wonder and ponder in childlike way. What is this stirring going on within me? I feel I must move, I must create. And this particle begins to dance and move along the threads of the omni field. Still feeling such unconditional love, for it feels as if you're being supported and empowered and encouraged in every way, and this particle just moves, and it's being propelled, and it's being attracted and magnetized into a whole new orchestration of sound. And the particle doesn't guess or doubt or wonder or manage. The particle allows. For it understands that that inner pull supersedes all things. For it seems to be directly linked with that unconditional love that is what it is swimming within. As within, so without. That constant connection of oneness, that constant connection of that one element, love. That element that is existence within all life, all things, all vastness, even the smallest minute particle. That holographic quantum connection, beyond all sight, beyond all sound. That pull of love. And that particle finds itself in a new beginning, for that particle sees and knows and senses something different. Although it senses something new is going on, but understands that I'm just going to flow, I'm going to allow. This is what harmony is all about, is it? For it sees other particles just allowing as well. It sees other particles moving about, excitement, creating and co-creating and dancing, being magnetized and attracted, and new things open up and particles move and shift and change. And the particle sees other particles move about new paths, and off it goes. There's more particles and off that goes. But it senses the undertones, the vibration of unconditional love still there. And this particle says, well, what is my song? How may I add to this reverberation of new light I've just been shifted to? And this particle begins at the center point of all things, for it feels so good. It understands the connection between what lies within the center of all that it is and that reverberation that it swims within. And that's a link, that's a connection that it will never forget, regardless of what that particle becomes, is shown within, attracted to. And that particle begins that process of inner light and love from the nucleus, from the center point. And it begins to sing a new song, not knowing or having a plan, not having a resume or a syllabus, not having the definitions from others or the wisdoms from others, but goes within and seeks its own song. And this particle begins to thread something never done before. And it opens the center heart of all that it is and begins to create sound. And that particle sees the field light up in a new way. Something magical just happened. That particle knew that as within, it flowed without simultaneously right now, right here. Something magical happened. Trusting in thyself to open to the song within. Trusting in thyself to know that all that is within is without. Trusting in thyself to love a self enough to make a sound regardless. To sing your song regardless. To move within love regardless. To love others regardless. So that note for note, sound by sound, tone by tone, instrument by instrument, the symphony begins. And that particle, swimming within all things, the undercurrent known to itself, is what each and every one of us are moving through in our own path to reunification, to the all, to the omnifield, to the holy creators beyond all religion. How we celebrate that uniqueness, how we celebrate that communion is very well for religion to carry us through. All things are required. All things are accepted. All things are loved. It's the undertone frequency that we are all carried within, that every particle is threaded and encoded with, as to are you. And why the destined path that you walk will be the co-creations and the manifestations and the synchronicities that you show yourself over and over and over and over again, so that you may awaken to a new song, your destined path, within the grander song of your collective as it reawakens together. As it collectively sews unique threads of itself together, just as a beautiful blanket. And we were shown the beautiful artisans in Peru, and how they are taught from the earliest of ages how to weave, how to dye the threads from the llamas, how to dye the threads with the natural organic elements that are gifted by Gaia. And they're taught from the earliest of age. And how one table runner can take weeks and weeks to create. And how every color means something, and how every design means something different within that one weaving. so too is all of creation. So too is the orchestra and the beautiful song of all that you are. And how you can break it down as small as you like, or how you can make it as vast as you like. It doesn't matter. For it's a holographic experience of all things. And how may you sing? How may you go forward as that beautiful particle that just knows you're cared for and loved for unconditionally, and you will be carried into the resonance, into the song, into the beautiful orchestration in which you fit. Reverberation for reverberation. Do you trust this? Do you trust all that you are in the manifestations that you create to show yourself how beautiful you are? Do you trust yourself, dear ones, to be compassionate and loving, even if others cannot gift it back? Can you trust yourself enough to forgive not only those that have wronged you, but with yourself and the inner critic, the inner one that doubts, the inner one that just won't give you a moment's rest to know your perfection, and that you have to feel as if you have to keep trying and trying and trying to show creation that you're already perfect. Do you trust yourself to be harmonious with yourself? And that is the biggest lesson that I learned this week. For when I am harmonious within all that I am, my song just plays. And I will be exactly where I need to be, without struggle, without management, without judgment, without working my fingers to the bones. For my destiny is. It just is. And so too is yours. And how beautiful these summer energies are to allow us to play and sing in a new way. And that we all come forward in our unique, authentic voice so that we can string together a new thread of creation, a new thread of song, a new thread of creative dance that many of us are moving about and so excited to move about. And we had some beautiful frequencies come forward today in our etheric chambers, and we have a cetacean pod from Sirius that's joining us today. So thank you so much, the cetaceans from Sirius. And they're always very playful, and they remind me that we've often, just in our human paradigms and our human patternings and what we've been conditioned and the imprints that we've taken on and we've chosen and we've co-created with one another and the myriad of lifetimes we've come forward. And it's patterned in the way that to create success and to create abundance and to create all these beautiful things that we've been conditioned to know that we're seeking and we're striving for. It's always seemed to us to be with great effort and with great complexity and with great struggle and with great challenge. And it's not to say that some successes aren't, but it's not how it has to be. And that was a huge lesson for me, because I was always brought up to work very hard for anything that I have ever allowed myself to receive. But I've taken a complete about face on what it means to me to truly work hard and what working hard really means, and to change my definitions and my paradigms around what that is, so that I can allow myself the gift from creation that has always wanted me to be gifted and has often said to me, you're perfect as you are. The more that you allow and create that harmony within yourself, your destined path just opens up, and it's as if you're just flowing with a beautiful, gentle, flowing river of gifts, because you are, because it's you. And when you get to that state of self-awareness and consciousness to know that the small things you show yourself are a part of your destined path, and are you listening? Are you awake? Are you ready? It doesn't have to be any more complex. It's not. That's not the path of your divine relationship with Mother, Father, God. It's always organic. It's always natural. It's always flowing. It's always harmonious. It's when we don't listen. It's when we don't align. It's when we allow the ego and the logic to supersede spirit that it gets difficult or challenging or abrupt. And I've felt every aspect of that. That's why I speak as I do. I know from experience. And it doesn't have to be that way for those who so desire to swim in light and dance in light and unconditional love of the self. And each and every path is unique and honored and celebrated. And the step back that I have done as a parent to allow sovereignty in all of my children to come forward and play in their sovereign way. That's me as a divine creator allowing, just as the cycle continues to me for me to be sovereignly creative. Everything was in a cycle, everything. Whether you're viewing it as a higher perspective or it's your own cycle happening right now. Whether your sovereignty comes to you in your allowance or in your giving, it's a cycle. It's always a quantum equation of equal. Are you sovereignty in what you give? Are you sovereignty in what you allow? Or are there conditions wrapped around it, blanketed around it, strapped around it, chained around it, however you want to define it? That's what we've been conditioned to. You can't get an A unless you do this. You can't get a B unless you do that. You're not good in this unless you're this. You're not good in that unless you're that. Always conditions. And those are what we have been healing as a collective, as a society, as a human family. And we change very quickly, and we even forget what all those challenges and hard times were about, for we're just so excited just to dance and sing. But how your destiny shows itself to you in every way, whether it's a challenge or whether it's a gift and a blessing from the divine or from Gaia. And follow it. Allow the divine inner temple of all that you are to speak to you in every way. For remember, you are a higher, oscillating, refined, multidimensional being. It will speak to you etherically. It will speak to you mentally. It will speak to you emotionally. It will speak to you physically. Your gifts are infinite. Make no mistake about it. And why you are as excited as you are to begin anew. Right now, right now, right now. Synchronize, initiate, catalyze something new. Allow your hearts to be open right now, dear lighted ones, before we move into the etheric chamber wisdoms. And for those who so desire to swim within synchronicity and divine heavenly offerings, allow your heart to be open and say, as a divine creator, in my highest self, as I align with my highest path and benevolency of all things, I allow myself to create synchronicities beyond my imagining, so that I see and I experience and I take upon the divine heavenly gifts of the unexpected, of the miraculous, for I am ready to create. I am ready to gift. I am ready to allow. I am ready to receive. And in doing so, as I create this sacred self-honor and sacred celebration, I gift this back out to creation and lighted emanations of the all. My heart is open, my heart is ready. I am that I am. And for those that desire to dance in a new way, just begin. You are your own destiny, and it can be whatever you want. So create with beauty. Create with song, create with tone, for you are something new in this moment of now. So thank you. Harmony is the beautiful divine gift. It is the divine orchestration of the Holy Mother Father resonating to you in every way, whether it be by sound, whether it be by sensing in any of your multidimensional sensory frequencies, which they are more than what we've ever been taught, and they will continue to be that way. Harmony is the beautiful, loving orchestration of sound and love and light. And it's all one. That's harmony. When you're in flow, when you're in love, when you're in allowance, That's the divine gift of harmony. It's a fluidic movement of your highest spirited self within the all. And we'll say that again. Harmony is the fluidic movement as your highest spirited, Christed self within the all in any moment. And you set the frequency. You can set the frequency to be harmonious in your creating, harmonious in your giving, harmonious in your receiving. Are you open and ready to receive the divine gifts? And for many of us, that's had to be a lesson that we've learned along the way. People to say and give us compliments has been kind of hard to hear sometimes, because it's like, well, I've never really reacted to the beautiful compliments you're giving me. I don't know what to do, to say. Many of us have had to work through those healings because we've had such lack of self-worth, lack of self-love. And the heavenly hierarchies are saying, if you're in harmony with all things, you know that you're loved, just like that particle within the all. It was beautifully kept within its center and said, well, I can feel the sensations of this heavenly love that I'm being held in the hands of Mother, Father, God. I'm being shifted to a new song, and I'm just going to allow, because it's the same feeling I feel within me. That similitude of as within, so without. The blanket of the song is also the blanket that you're singing within. It's you. And it's so beautiful, and it's so lovely, and it's so harmonious, and it's so divine, and it's so heavenly, and it's so godly, and it's you. And how awesome is that? So thank you. All things are harmonics, whether it be a love vibration, which is all things, it's sound, color, light. These are the higher dimensional frequencies of learning, higher dimensional frequencies of being that we are stepping into, and why we're saying new words, we're creating new analogies, we're creating new parables, if you will, to soak within, to dance within, to sing within. Because we're creating for ourselves a higher dimensional language, and this show has been that show that offers new words, offers new threadings of potentiality, offers new threadings of frequency. Week by week by week by week, you show up. You create that soul tribe vibration, that vibrational vortex that each and every one of us move within and dance within and pull within and give to and receive from. In any given moment, it shifts and changes. And you're in harmonious balance with all things, for you're flowing with the greater song of love. And harmony shows us in every way that we are in sync by synchronicities. That's why it's called synchronicity. We're in sync. We're showing ourselves by the beautiful Gaia that offers herself to us in every way. Nature, singing to us in every way. Gaia, that's the Gaia speak. That's her voice. She reverberates her voice through all nature. With the beautiful and loving help through the elementals and the creator gods and the Elohim and the Devas and the fairies and all the frequencies that are in this beautiful orchestration and this beautiful symphony of love. And are you awake? Are you ready to entangle and thread yourself into a new song? And truly be present with it. Let go of the chaos and breathe to stillness. Be quiet. Be present. Be genuine. Be vulnerable. Be loving. With you first. And it's like flowing in a beautiful song to all else. As within, so without. And beautiful etheric chamber of light. We're calling it today, so I love that. That's a new definition we've called today, and it came forward from the Elohim creator gods of service. The etheric chamber of light and the Elohim and the creator gods. Your destiny, dear ones, is always sown within your heartfelt and heart-expressed excitement. This feels different than any other act that you have defined for yourself. It's your innate core center, and your core center will know it when you're aligned, when you're in harmony. It just feels good. When you tap into your inner truth of destiny, of your creative offering, you will know. It's like that moment you connect with your divine inner Mother, Father, God, that divine inner temple, and you get that breath and your prana tube opens, your new divine inner pillar of light lights up, and your chakras start to oscillate. You just know. When the God particles, the Christed particles are interacting with all that is, that greater song. That's what awakening is. That's what enlightenment is. When the song of you entangles with the song of the all, you are reuniting, reunifying with the grander God particles. And why it feels so unique. It's unmistakable. And that's what feeling the essence of falling in love is. You're falling in love with the grander God essence of who you are. It's unmistakable. And you will always remember it. And it will bring you to your knees again and again and again and again in new and loving ways. In new octave, higher oscillating, higher reverberations, intonations, harmonics. We can define it however we want. Your destiny entanglement will feel like it's perfect. It's a perfect fit, like you're being divinely gifted, because it's a window into your indestructible and infinite access to the all. It's how you are the all. It's who you are as the all. It's your myriad of versions and reflections and examples and words and songs, whatever it is you want to define. It's your indestructible showing to yourself. You're all. It's unmistakable. It's like finding a long-lost friend or a long-lost pet or a loved one. It's a divine coming home. It's a divine coming together of your higher divinity, of all that you are. There will be flow. There will be a welcomed embrace. There will be the intent to simply want to be and to allow the higher divine calling, your flow to love. All pieces to your puzzle will feel as if it's all just fits, it's all just here, it's all just now. You are loved in your divine destiny, and that's from the Elohim and Creator God, so thank you. The councils of light, we are star systems that have come to life and speaking the language of Creator love. Councils and groups that are harmonic to the Creator's agenda of light evolution. So there's a myriad of councils and star systems and planets. We can go on and on and on with the definitions and words that we have in human form. It doesn't matter. There are an infinite number of examples and celebrations that align themselves within the grander, loving, Holy Mother Father song of light evolution, of love evolution, and why we have evolution at all. We were always meant to evolve, always. There are versions of us, there are particles of us on every vibrational thread. Every thread. There is nothing that you are not entangled with, and how beautiful and exciting is that? You can tap into yourself within the all at any moment. And these light councils are groups that are harmonic to the Creator's agenda of light evolution. And many of you are now awakening to the diviner within you, calling. It's the diviner, calling you to the higher expansive aspect of your play. And how you create and play in a new way from the soul urgings that your higher self and your teams are gifting you from the Holy Mother, Father, God, that song that is constant playing at all times through the omniverse. Constantly gifting, constant reverberating the unmanifested form of physicality based on your intent, based on your frequency, based on your love. We set the frequency, we set the reverberations, we set what comes back to us. What a divine dance this is, how it's all playing for us. All the message that you allow yourself to receive, they'll all be different, they'll all be profound because you're going to be awake within the song. It's not going to be something playing far off in the distance, you're awake within it. You're awake within the dream, you're awake within the matrix, you're awake within the web, within the beautiful omni field, because you're awake now and you just want to dance and sing and play along. You're allowing yourself to be prepared for a grander song in every moment. That's your awareness. Your awareness is that tool that takes you on a new song, that takes you in a new dance, that moves you to a new location, that creates new relationships, that creates new beginnings and creative imaginings. That's your awareness. It's your tool, your creative toolbox, all encompassing with love, to allow you to sing that song or dance that dance. And all things that you're being shown are other players within the field, other players within the orchestra, co-creating with you, assisting you, even if some of those co-creations might be challenging or negative or abrasive. They're showing you your realignments, your potentiality to love, to give, to receive, to be harmonious, to be one, to be unified, to let go. However the song may play out. Infinite number of ways, and it's all required, it's all needed, and it's all colorful. And so a beautiful frequency here from a listener that's come to us from California. Thank you so much for entangling with us and dancing with us today. Valerie from California, thank you. I loved the visual of the butterflies. I was recently outside and found myself surrounded by so many hummingbirds, some so close that when I opened my hand, a few landed. I'd never experienced something like this before. I could feel their energy, and I was just in awe of this experience. And we thank you so much for allowing Gaia and the universe and your divine to create that co-creation and that co-creation of play with you. For that's what all spirit entanglement was really, truly about, is you allow yourself to open at the Divine Sacred Heart Center and just be within your oneness, just be harmonious within who you are, and life will come and play with you. And that's how it feels, and that's what's so flowing and movable and malleable about it, is that you allow God to live through you, for life and love to live through you. And Mother Father will present itself in every way. Make no mistake about that. Whether it's a beautiful butterfly or hummingbirds, beautiful insects that just come and land on your finger, you are opening yourself to how truly divine this song is. And it's a different resonance of the one that was playing out when you used to be so preoccupied with all the drama playing out on the news channel or playing out in the lives of those around you. Because at any moment you can choose to create that harmonic frequency within the core of all that you are, that beautiful center point particle that just opens up to divine love and says, regardless of what has happened before, regardless of what's going on around me now, I choose light, I choose love. That is how you set a course on a new destiny. And you can do it in any moment. And I often do it regardless of what I've got playing in my day and how busy my day unfolds or what I've got going on. I will intend in any one moment to realign myself and refine myself and renegotiate a new tone, a new song. Because I'm opening up to more of who I am, and more of who I am wants to create more sound. More of who I am wants to create more dance, wants to create playful, sacred time with Gaia, playful, sacred time with others. And so I'm creating new destinies for myself in every moment. I don't know how they will unfold. And my definition of success is totally different. Because success is just moving within the harmony. That's it. And if I'm doing that, then everything will unfold as it does. And I'm completely okay and beautiful with that. So thank you for your sharing, Valerie, to allow us to thread in new ways and allow all those who so desire. And it's very important for those that are parents and those that are, in family situations and partner situations, or sharing, whatever it is that you're sharing. Be out with Gaia as much as you can. She is that gauge of homeostasis for us. She offers a harmonic resonance that is natural to our bodies, natural to our multidimensional offering of all that we are, etheric, mental, emotional, and physical. She offers the resonance that's a natural medicine, that's a natural gift to all that we need. Now, if as a master you infuse it with divine source breath and you start thinking about your divine inner temple, the sacred heart, your chakras, and you infuse your breath with color and sound, and you start moving in beautiful harmonic ways, however it is that you're creatively excited to move in a new harmony, you're going to begin that self-healing. You're going to begin that new refinement to a new song. And that's just naturally and organically how it flows. That's how the higher dimensional human family will begin to understand about self-healing. We already have all that we need to create a very healthy and balanced society. We've just never told ourselves that. We've never perceived ourselves as healers. Even of those that have been in healing, even those that have been in energy work for years, there are often those that don't consider themselves healers, and yet they are. Their very presence when they walk about people heals. They don't call themselves or perceive themselves as a healer. So it's your perception that you set. It's the frequency that you set that begins that self-healing process, that begins those Akashic triggers, that begins those Akashic releases, that allows you to step into the mastery of what you already are. You're just allowing it for yourself, are you not? You're allowing yourself to play and dance with the birds and with Gaia and with the elementals. You always had that potential. But now you're just going to allow it and play with it and sing along and dance along and see what happens. See what synchronicities unfold and show you how dynamic you are. So thank you. Beautiful energies from California. Thank you. And from the Cetacean Pod, destiny and harmony are flowing energy of your higher truth. It's just a flowing song. They're like threads, if you can see the threads, and they're both flowing, weaving in and out of each other. Harmony and destiny and harmony and destiny. Love and flow, giving and taking cycles of love and flow and light. Allowance and surrender, allowance and surrender. Whatever cycle that you're in, that's how it flows. Where playful honor and reverence and gratitude and self-love are all the gates to the manifested joy of your gift showing itself to you. All things are already all. The all is the all. The omni-field is the omni-field. The omni-field is all unmanifested energy. It's your perception and what you perceive yourself. It's your reverence of self. It's your self-love. It's your gratitude. It's your honor. It's your desire to play that brings it in manifested form to you. And so the Cetacean Pod is just saying that to us. When you play with honor, when you play with reverence, when you play with gratitude, the omni-field will show it to you. You're heightening yourself and your awareness in your dance, in your song. Your gifts and your excitement will be expressed in this way because those are going to show itself to you as well. You're going to find new excitements because you're just going to be open and flowing. Are you ready to play? Are you ready to allow? Are you ready to slip into the divine marriage and potentials of all that you're creating in joy? For when you serve in joy to yourself, you're serving in joy to others, and that's how you serve the all. You're celebrating in serving yourself. You're celebrating in serving to others because you're going to find something that you're excited about and you just want to give it away. And that's why most people that have abundance, they gift a lot because it's an infinite cycle of giving and returning. And that's that self-love that you give yourself, and it'll just come back to you reverberating profoundly through nature, through harmonics, through song, through dance, through giftings, through opportunities, through abundance, however it may be. It's always reverberating in that omni-field, that song of love. Your gifts to yourself are gifts to others. As you share, as you delight, it serves the greater good, the greater cosmic soul song. You are loved in your celebration to love and to play. So as you delight in yourself, as you give sacred time and honor to yourself, you serve the all. You serve the greater cosmic soul song. And we are celebrated as we celebrate. We are celebrated as we love. And how awesome is that? How profoundly awesome. So thank you. And perhaps we'll read this next week. But there is the higher aspects of us came through to say that there's a myriad of vibrational songs that are all playing out, and the higher aspects of us, the future yous, if you will, came forward to say that even though there's a myriad of songs, that each and every one of us are finding our own unique harmony to dance within. It's a time of self-awareness, a big time for self-awareness for humanity. And we're all finding what truly excites us, what truly we're going to get excited about, and why so many songs are playing at any one time. And until these transitions occur, and until the smoothing out occurs, and until the dust settles, if you will, that's what seems as if it's a bit of chaos, because there's so many songs playing at once, and there's so much going on. And that's okay. That's what happens in big transitional times. So allow that to be let go and not get all worried about it. But just know that you can create that stillness and that peace within, as masters do. And to know that it's always easy, and it's always collaborative, and it's always loving, and it's always peaceful. However your song may be expressed. But when you're connected and linked with the divine, when you're connected and linked with your Christ itself, it is a very peaceful process. Still very exciting, but you're peaceful within knowing who you are. You're peaceful within your environment. You're peaceful within your human family, because you understand that all paths are required, everything will work itself out, and you're focusing on love. You're focusing on now. That's the center point. It's always love. And you just trust, unconditional trust, that all unfolds as it should. And you just follow your song. You sing your song. Create, change, shift, allow, surrender. And what a beautiful resonance it is. So thank you to everybody that's allowed us to swim within these higher frequencies of resonance and harmonics. We will be creating these higher dimensional topics as we move in our sensories, are being refined in what we hear, in what we sense, in what we know, and how the multidimensional body of all that we are is changing so dramatically, and so many people are preparing their light bodies, and how the symptomologies of that changes all that we are and all that we experience in a new way. And so those will be brought forward in our future shows as well. And what we've called ascension symptoms is the physical, multidimensional body of all that we are preparing itself for the light body, preparing itself for a higher harmonic song and frequency that we exist within. And that's why there's so much transitioning going on right now. And so allow it to be celebratory, be peaceful, be centered, allow others to see and to know your beautiful glow within of all that you are as an authentic being of Christed light and your creative offerings. Allow all others to have their paths in their unique way and create loving compassion and allowance for all things because you're an aspect of it. And so it's beautiful that we can all gather like this week for week for week. So stay tuned. We have a class right after this for those who so desire. We have our book number 2 that's in our 3rd edition, and it's the Ascension Pathwork book that allows you to swim with the divine and understand your inner self with a little bit greater clarity, and you can move on your own in beautiful ways from that book, as well as any of the classes and the multidimensional offerings that we put out. There's so much I don't remember. And we will be off in a few weeks to Hawaii. And so we're really excited about that. So stay tuned with any of our social platforms, Facebook, Tumblr, Google. We're also on Twitter. And we also have our website, universalunity.ca, that is shifting and changing as we speak. And so the divine in me entangling with the divine in you. Namaste, my dear friends. Namaste.
You've been listening to Universal Unity, New Earth Consciousness, with Joanna L. Ross. Live every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on the KCOR Digital Radio Network, to explore, empower, understand, inspire, and further connect with this higher state of consciousness